Okay, everybody, how's it going? So I got a good one for you here. So this is probably about a 1948 to 50, maybe even later. I think this is a Hunter CG-16, and this is one of these fans. It's a large fan, and it looks like it could go on a desk, but it's really too large to be a desk fan. I think this is one of these that used to be mounted on the wall. You used to see that a lot. I just remember it when I was a kid, but before air conditioning was prevalent, you would see these fans like this mounted up on the wall somewhere, and that's what they use for ventilation. So they're all over the place. They're very common, and this one we'll take a longer look at this fan later on. But I just wanted to kind of dig into it, and that's the pile of rust that came out of the bottom of it after I took the bottom cover off. So I'm going to get this thing on its feet, and I'm going to plug this thing in. I'm actually going to unplug the extension cord, and so I can stand a safe distance away from it. And I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to see what's going to happen here. I'm going to get it on its feet first. The wiring looks pretty decent on it. I don't really see anything that would cause it to not run. I have the switch already turned on. It's got this really neat vintage plug on it, which I hope I can save. Matter of fact, I think the thing actually comes apart. Can you believe that? Looks like this plug, you can just repair it. Imagine that. But anyway, so I've not lubricated it. I've not done anything. This fan was, I'm not plugged in yet. This fan was sitting outside on the porch of an antique store, exposed to the weather. That's why it looks kind of rough, for no telling how long. And so, but I got dirt cheap. That's the way it's been going with my fan collecting. Some of them I get a really good deal on them, and then some I end up paying a little bit more than I should. But in the end, it balances out. So this is a let's see. It's a oscillator. Most of them I get are oscillators. Imagine that. Okay, so nothing to do but do it. So I'm gonna try this. We hear a big bang or a pop and the lights go off. We'll know that something's wrong with it internally. I've got to lift you up to get the cord out from under you. But okay, we'll see if what happens here. Nothing's what happens. Look at that. It's 1940s technology for you. Okay, so I'm not going to run it long because it's not been lubricated. So let me go ahead and put some oil in it, and we're going to run this thing again and see how it works. Imagine that. Can you believe that? That is awesome. All right, so we're going to run this thing again. I oiled the front bearing. I oiled it manually because the oiler has a dirt dauber nest in it, so it's obstructed. So I oiled the front bearing manually, or bushing rather, probably just the bushing. And the rear one you can't access because it's in the oscillator mechanism. I freed up the oscillator on-off control, and then I just quickly sprayed it, lubricated a little bit with the mechanism under it. So hopefully we're not going to bind up, and we'll see if the oscillator works on it. That fan is so powerful, it's able to operate that one manually. So anyway, okay, let me just go ahead and turn this completely off. That's crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It's really not crazy. You used to hear that sound all the time there, those things running. And, you know, I'll say the same thing that I said before. Every time I kind of get into one of these situations where you find some good piece of quality American engineering that still works, you know, this is what we got away from. This is what people no longer wanted to pay for. Whatever went on, that they didn't have the money, etc., 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 etc. I know the story, but this is what we went from to what we have now, which is one of those plastic made in China POS fans. So there's no telling how much it would cost now to make this fan here again, because we don't have the labor to do it. The labor is not there, so can't afford it. So the oscillator, I'm not sure about the oscillator on it, because I did engage it and it kind of slowed the fan down like it's trying to operate. But those gears that, you know, you don't want to tear the gears out of it. It's got probably, I'm sure it's got metal gears in it, and we just need to take this when the time comes, whenever I decide to do something with this fan. We just need to take it apart and clean it and service the oscillator assembly. Go from there. So, all right. Well, appreciate you watching. Been kind of on a fan binge lately. So, anyway, got somebody that allegedly is coming to look at a vehicle for sale. Allegedly, we know how allegedly goes when you're talking about Facebook Marketplace, which is taking the place of Craigslist. But the easiest way to get no one to ever come to your house is just to have something for sale and to tell them that you're there. Tell them those two things, never see them. But we'll see. Hopefully they'll surprise you. Thanks for watching this. See you on the next one.